Hi, how are you? Today I am reviewing Sony a6400 review. 2-minute review. Introduction. Sony's a6400 is a compact 24MP mirrorless interchangeable lens camera with an APS-C sensor that will serve plenty of photographers from family documentarians to pro shooters looking for a lightweight second body. The big news is that it has a new processor based on that used in Sony's sports shooting flagship A9, which enables real-time tracking autofocus, which is one of the most effective autofocus implementations we've yet seen. It's also among the easiest to use, once you've gotten it set up. Key specifications. The Sony a6400 officially replaces the older a6300. It uses the same sensor but comes with some subtle enhancements aside from the impressive autofocus capabilities. It arrives in an increasingly crowded field, though, with cameras like the X-T30 from Fujifilm and the EOS M50 from Canon being similarly priced and with similar sized sensors. Do the enhancements make the a6400 the standout in this crowd? Find out its strengths and weaknesses in the pages to follow. Key features. Sony continues to push back the boundaries of processing and autofocus performance, bringing out new technologies in its flagship professional cameras and then filtering these down through the range to its consumer models. So indeed the a6400 has inherited the autofocus DNA of the full-frame A9, A7R3 and A7 III models, boasting 425 phase detection, 425 contrast f-points and what Sony claims to be the world's fastest f-acquisition time of 0.02 seconds. The a6400 can capture 4K video at 30 fps in the ZEVX format at bitrates up to 100 Mbps or Full HD at up to 120 fps at the same bitrate. It also offers clean HDMI output to external recorders via its HDMI port. Performance. The a6400 feels as fast and responsive as its high-tech half-specs would suggest. The face-eye detection follows faces around the frame with no lag at all, and in continuous shooting mode, the autofocus responded to changes in subject distance practically instantly. The real-time tracking f seemed a bit more sluggish, though, as it seemed to lose fast-moving subjects and needed a couple of frames to find them again. But that was only when it was deliberately provoked. It handled relatively slow-moving subjects fine. The still image quality is very good indeed. Images are sharp and detailed, and the color rendition seems both rich and natural. The exposure system reacted predictably in a wide range of lighting conditions and the auto-while balance works well too. Verdict. If you judge the Sony a6400 purely as a blogging camera, it doesn't have too many direct rivals. Plenty of small mirrorless cameras can now shoot 4K video, but the a6400's key advantage is its 180-degree rotating screen. In the past these were derided as being purely for selfies, but the rise of vlogging and the need to be able to see yourself as you present video to camera has made this type of screen suddenly very important again. In other respects, though, the a6400 is mildly disappointing. It's a small camera with few external controls that hasn't really developed physically since the a6000 and relies too heavily on its digital interface. The EVF and small rear screen seem especially weak by today's standards. The Sony menu system. Just like other Sony alpha cameras, they are not known for their ease of use. Similar to my previous review of the A7 III, the menu options were completely overwhelming and way too much. You have to utilize their custom menu option. It makes the menu system less daunting. Check out my other review on the Sony a7 III where I go more in depth on how to add your most used menu functions to your custom menu. Everything in that review also applies to the Sony a6400 as well. Focus. The Sony a6400 features 425 phase detection f-points and 425 contrast detection f-points that instantaneously lock in on your subject within 0.02 of a second. Yeah, that's pretty fast. Sony a6400 image quality. The Sony a6400 shoots on a 24.2 megapixel APS-C sensor. It's the exact same sensor as the a6300. The quality of the images are good. It's not mind-blowing like Sony's a7 which has recently been heavily discounted, see here, but it's definitely amazing quality for travel or family video. The Sony a6400 can shoot 4K, 3840 by 2160 video resolution and has a frame rate up to 120 FPS, so you can get some buttery smooth slow-mo. Yeah baby. However, there is no headphone jack and only a mic port. There is also no in-camera image stabilization. Two major bummers for video, but check out this guide to the best camera stabilizer which may help. So I highly recommend getting the Sony a6400 review. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe my RS product review channel. Thank you.